So let's move on to 11. And I'd like this thing to go away. There we are. All right. So this is Lab Module 11 using Pivot. So first we need a search that will show all web application events, which is what we've been using all along pretty much for this one. So data summary, source types, access combined with cookie. And yeah, if you don't want stuff in the way, you might want to move over that way. Anyway, right. And all time. And then we should see a lot of events so we can practice making pivot charts from it. So now we have all these web events. Now we're going to use Pivot. You get there with visualizations. So there should be, visualization is here. And now you have Pivot, Quick Reports, and Search Commands. IC or LZ, I can't see, or just some kind of arrow. We want to use Pivot. Pivot is a way to show some statistical summaries of data. All right, and so now this window is pretty hostile. It takes a while to get used to. So all fields are going to be included. So I click OK. And now it presents you with an extremely unfriendly box where almost everything you need is not showing yet. You have to turn on things to find them, to click on them. I don't know why they made it this confusing, but it is. So that's why the instructions are very helpful. So under filters, we don't want to show all the data, we want to filter it. So this plus sign will let us add a filter, and we want to filter by file. So file, we want to restrict, okay. See, we want to only show certain values of the word file. And what we're going to do is find cart.do in this list. And that's it. Let's see if I can make this font bigger. It's pretty hard to see. All right, cart.do, add to table. Now what's going on here? Let me go back and state the problem. We are going to add a report of where our customers are coming from. The CFO wants to know what items users added to the shopping cart and where those users came from. So we start with all web events. Now we've restricted it to events where someone added a product to their cart. Okay, now we also want, now we want to see what rows are going to be shown, so we have to show the split rows here. And now we can show what products, and of course we want the product ID because the CFO wants to know what products people bought. So there's product ID. All right. And for a label, this is product added to cart. I guess I got my caps lock, product added to cart. All right. And add to table. Then under split columns, we got to put plus to make the columns appear here. And she wanted to know where they come from, and what we're going to use for that is refer a domain. Now, you could argue, by the way, about there's better ways to physically locate people. I would have thought using their IP address would be a better way to physically locate them. But anyway, here they're using this as a clue where they come from. So add to table. Okay, and now you can see here's domains it comes from. So notice here, Bing.com. This is the kind of information you want to know because you're paying for ads at these companies. Bing, Google, and Yahoo are sending different amounts of traffic, so you would want to know how much your ads are mattering. But these are ones coming from Buttercup Games, and those are people inside your company viewing the pages, and you probably don't care about them, so we want to remove them. Those are not real customers. So we want to have filters and refer domains. Remember, filters up here is how we got rid of things that did not add it to the cart. We only kept things that added to the cart, and now we only want to keep things that did not come from Buttercup Games. So we go here and add refer a domain, and then we want is not Buttercup Games. All right, so now we'll only get the data that came from outside the company, and now we got a pretty good chart here. Now, for some ungodly reason, they want to use line charts, which I think is pretty silly for this kind of data, but anyway, it's an option. So line data, use the black sidebar over here. Here's where you can choose line charts over on the left. There you are. So now you can have a line graph of this, if you like, showing the 3 domains, which is like Google, Bing, and Yahoo. All right, and I see perhaps more comments in the chat. Did we cover pivots? Oh, pivots is part of today's lecture. Yes, oh, Yiping, cross the street and come to Science 37. Good, so apparently they finally did unlock the actual normal building for us, but they're so late I already moved to a different building. So All right. When I went there about 10 minutes to 9, other teachers were waiting outside, and the building was all chained up. Good? All right. So I snuck in here. All right. So we made that. Let me get back to my instructions. Okay. So now I want to save as to select dashboard panel. All right. I want to save this. Dashboard panel. All right. There are form fields for model title, model ID. Pivot reports require a data model. So I use instant pivot. There's currently not a data model. So what we're going to have to do is create a data model. So we're going to have to fill in this form. So we're going to go to an existing dashboard. And that's going to be the sales dashboard that we already made before. So that's your sales dashboard. We made it in the last project. And the title is going to be Sales by Referral Domain. All right. And the model title is going to be Web Application Dataset. All right. And the model ID is going to be Web App DS. I don't know why they bothered to have that, but they have a separate name for it, which it didn't. I got to get rid of the old junk. Web, still not getting rid of the old junk. All right, let me try again. Maybe Control A. All right. Web App DS. All right. And then we can save this. So this creates the model and view dashboard. And now you can see what a pivot dashboard looks like. Yeah.
For dashboards, you want classic or dashboard studio?
Always classic.
Always classic.
Yeah. Whatever that new thing is, we're not using it. Good. All right. And so down here you see, now we have the bar chart we put up here before. And the, thought we put the total units sold are here. I must have forgotten to save it after editing it and putting that on top last time. And here's the sales by referral domain. So our sales dashboard is looking pretty good. I'm just going to fix that error where I didn't put the total up top in a nice way. So I want to move the total. I'm having a little trouble with my scrolling on this small screen. There we are. There's the total. I wanted the total to be on top. And I wanted the total to be visualized as a big number. There, that's what I want. I'm going to save it this way. There we are. Now we've got our glorious sales dashboard the way it should be looking. All right. Now, we've done all that. So view dashboard. Okay. Now click the datasets menu item at the top of the screen, which is here. And yours to show only mine. Here's the data sets that are available. And explore to visualize with pivot. So we can see what we've done here. Visualize with pivot. And I think the only point of this is how you could get back to what you had done if you decide it's not right and you want to change something about it. All right. And so we can use the filter and split to explore your data in the pivot interface, which is just a place where you can do it. So I think we could make a new pivot here if we wanted to. This is the way you'd add another one, that's all. So that's all I wanted to show you there. And let me stop this recording.